There was also quite a bit of bitterness coming from Team USA's coach Cheryl Reeves when she was asked pretty much any questions about Caitlin Clark. And she was asked if there was any second guessing from her on Caitlin Clark not making the team. And she very just spitefully says no. Doesn't elaborate on it, just says no.
For me? Yeah. No.
And it's funny to me how even she coached this game, because if you didn't think Caitlin Clark was the caliber of player that she is, then why would you feel the need to face guard her, to trap her, to...
Okay, buckle up, Buttercup, because we're diving headfirst into the glorious petty meltdown of WNBA coach Cheryl Reeve. She's gone full supernova over the All-Star voting, and honey, it's a train wreck you won't want to miss. Get your popcorn ready, because this is juicy.
I just finished watching the All-Star selection. I ain't never seen nothing like this before. Caitlin Clark is a menace, man. She literally kicked Cheryl Reeves off the team. This is my team. I don't... Yo, son. Cheryl Reeves, you asked for it. You asked for it. So now Sandy Brondello will be coaching Caitlin Clark's team, and Cheryl Reeves is going to be coaching the Fisa Collier's team. This is insane right here. And it's like, yo, Cheryl Reeves, I get it. You have the best record in the WNBA so far. You want as many plays as you can.
Cheryl Reeve could be handing out Nobel Prizes and single-handedly solving world hunger, and some people would still find a reason to complain. Even if her points are valid, her approach screams rotary phone in a 5G world, completely out of touch with the modern WNBA. It's giving major grandma yelling at a cloud vibes.
Bruh, tell me y'all just saw Caitlin Clark destroy Cheryl Reeves on national TV. I know y'all saw free smoke, ayy, free smoke, ayy, free smoke, ayy, free smoke. Bruh, Caitlin Clark want all the smoke. Bruh, she just annihilated Cheryl Reeve on national television. I didn't see that.
She's acting like she just discovered the concept of flawed democracy. Welcome to planet Earth, Cheryl. Seriously, when a league bigwig starts preaching, it's hard to take them seriously, especially when it sounds less like genuine concern and more like a salty Yelp review from a coach whose team got absolutely destroyed.
So Cheryl Reeves, man, she came out stating how not only herself, but her players were kind of upset about the coaches' votes for the reserves, for the All-Star. Now, the crazy thing about it is, she's going to be coaching Caitlin Clark's team. So I don't know how that's going to work with her coming out and saying what she said. I mean, who knows?
Yes, we're talking about the Indiana Fever, the team that snatched 3 All-Star nods and waltzed through the Commissioner's Cup like they owned the place. Suddenly, Cheryl's inner rage monster is unleashed, tweeting fire and brimstone.
The WNBA All-Star Draft was fun between Caitlin Clark and Nafisa Collier, the team captains, picking the players, picking the rosters. But the most interesting aspect was the coach swap, because Clark traded Cheryl Reeve, who was the coach of her team, or was to be the coach of her team, to Collier for Sandy Brondello, the coach of the New York Liberty. Of course, Reeve is Collier's head coach for the Minnesota Lynx, so that makes sense. But the drama is going to come from Reeve having previously been critical on social media about the amount of attention Clark received relative to the rest of the...
The hypocrisy is thick here, folks. Complaining about media hype while simultaneously generating even more hype. It's like throwing gasoline on a grease fire and pretending you didn't start it. This isn't about fairness, it's about Cheryl's ego taking a massive hit. She's mad because the spotlight isn't shining solely on her anymore. It's all-star envy, pure and simple. The Indiana Fever's dominance in the Commissioner's Cup, a real, actual competition, is the real wound here, not the all-star votes. That loss wasn't just a defeat, it was a public execution.
Games are there, they're there. There's nothing no crying and whining is going to do about it. The same way you didn't give 2 shits about Caitlin Clark's fan base and all that, don't nobody give 2 shits about your crying. You know what I'm saying? Like that, you're coaching Caitlin Clark's team. I don't understand why you had to make it a big deal and say, oh, well, this team's below us to have more plays and us, and it's disappointing. And like, what are you talking about? Like, you already kept her off the Olympics. Now you're going to complain about her having more teammates than your plays on the court. This team. Embarrassing.
It's petty, it's delicious, and it's classic Reeve. Nothing says I'm totally fine like a public meltdown over a popularity contest. But suddenly, this popularity contest matters because the WNBA is finally in the mainstream. Instead of embracing it, Cheryl's screaming about respect and balance. It's like she's terrified the league is being taken over by a bunch of Gen Z influencers. Guess what, Cheryl? It already has, and it's amazing. The ratings are up, merchandise is flying off the shelves, and the Fever are a full-blown cultural phenomenon. But nah, let's pretend it's still 2014.
They asked Caitlin Clark, "Hey Caitlin, are there any player trades you like to make?" Nah, I'm kind of set with my team, but I would like to trade coaches. I like it. I don't know what's gotten into Caitlin Clark. You are leaning into this bad guy role. I love it. I don't know what's gotten into you, Caitlin Clark, but you've been on some I don't give a F lately.
Let's be real, if her team had 3 All-Stars, there'd be a parade. But the minute the recognition goes elsewhere, suddenly it's a crisis of ethics? Please. The only crisis is Cheryl's PR nightmare of trying to look graceful while seething with jealousy. Teamwork and merit become, the system is rigged. The second things don't go her way. The league is growing, grabbing national attention, but Cheryl's legacy is clinging to the past. She's not fighting for fairness, she's fighting irrelevancy.
To mention being the coach of Team USA that Caitlin Clark was so famously snubbed from. Of course, Reeve wasn't a part of the official committee, but, some may believe she had some say in how all that went down. Regardless, the picking between the players was a lot of fun, and Caitlin Clark also wound up with all of the Fever members on her squad as well, meaning Aaliyah Boston, Clark, and Kelsey Mitchell will be a trio in Indianapolis.
The WNBA is having a moment, and some people are so bitter they'd rather watch it fail than celebrate its success. This isn't sour grapes, it's an entire vineyard. Deep down, Cheryl knows it, but admitting that would mean accepting that the game has left her behind. Winning isn't enough anymore. Charisma, visibility, and relevance matter. The Fever earned their spotlight, and Cheryl's become the angry, bitter sideline commentator. It's not a good look. No one wants to hear the loser explain why the winner isn't impressive.
Caitlin Clark was supposed to be coached by Minnesota Lynx head coach Cheryl Reeve. Nafisa Collier was supposed to be coached by New York Liberty head coach Sandy Brondello. They swapped coaches. Cheryl Reeve, dodged the bullet. Thank God I don't need to coach Caitlin Clark, man. Man, I can't deal with that. I would have had to swallow so much pride, I can't do that. Fee, she probably called him the Fee, talk to Caitlin, please. I can't coach her, I can't do it. This book's about to come out. You know what they're going to be saying if I'm coaching Caitlin Clark and the book's out? Oh, God. Fee, please, Fee.
Cheryl Reeve storming out of the All-Star committee is peak WNBA drama. The league is a circus of side-eye, passive-aggressive interviews, and three-point daggers of shade. It's exhausting, yet wildly entertaining. But here's the thing, All-Star Weekend isn't a hardcore playoff game. It's a celebration for the fans. It's glitter, selfies, and maybe a dunk or two. The outrage over the voting feels like a toddler throwing a tantrum because their cake only had one candle.
Lads, we gotta talk about something right here. We have got to talk about something. Caitlin Clark just made the funniest All-Star selections ever. She just picked her friends. She made sure she picked no ops, as people like to call them. She made sure there were no ops on her team. If she's played with a player before, like Sonia Citron, she picked her. Gabby Williams, she picked nobody to tweet a negative thing about.
Fans don't vote with spreadsheets. They vote with emotion, loyalty, and hype. If the All-Star game were about pure performance, we'd just use a formula, but that's not fun. The NBA's voting process is hardly objective, and yet here's the WNBA acting shocked that players with huge fan bases made the cut. Caitlin Clark's popularity isn't a glitch, it's a tidal wave. You don't have to like it, but you have to accept it.
Reeve. So everyone that was concerned about Caitlin getting coached by Cheryl Reeve, we don't have to worry about that or anything. I wasn't necessarily concerned. I thought it would be funny that she would have to coach Caitlin's team with the Indiana crowd there. knowing the history from, you know, the Olympic team and everything like that, this is the funniest result possible. You put her back, you know, with Team Collier, you put her basically on the road team. That crowd's gonna be all in for Team Caitlin with all the fever.
The meritocracy argument assumes All-Star Weekend is some sacred competition when it's a mid-season spectacle. If it was about who's best, we wouldn't have a vote. The All-Star Game is a celebration, not a moral judgment. This entire debate is like yelling at clouds while the sun shines. The league is booming, but Cheryl's stuck in the past, complaining about a fan vote. It's out of touch, misguided, and frankly, exhausting.
The coaches for the All-Star Game in Indiana has been set, and we have no other. And a lot of people had asked me, do I think that this was going to happen? And I didn't have no clue. And I didn't think it was going to happen, but hey, it has happened. According to Yahoo Sports, WNBA All-Star Game head coaches are set. Minnesota Lynx coach Cheryl Reeve will lead the team Clark, and the New York Liberty will coach Sandy Bardello will lead team Collier. Now, the reason why these two coaches have been picked because they are the two best.
Fans are driving the bus now, not the old guard who can't figure out hashtags. The WNBA opened its doors to a new generation, and they want moments, drama, and stars. If the All-Star team looks like a music festival lineup, so be it. It's about who shows up, who people want to see. Respect isn't given, it's earned. And right now, Caitlin Clark is dominating the game.
It's hilarious. And not only that, she traded her coach. So she was originally meant to play for Cheryl Reeve. You guys don't know who Cheryl Reeve? She was the Team USA coach who basically has said a bunch of negative things on social media about Caitlin Clark, who had like a bad write-up in Christine Brennan's book, then deleted all the tweets and she deleted a bunch of tweets, said the tweets never existed in the first place, and basically basically is now saying Christine Brennan is
The same snubbed drama happens every year in every league. The difference is the WNBA is finally under the microscope, and not everyone is ready for the scrutiny. The league wanted relevance, and now it has it in all its chaotic glory. It's not neat, but it's working. Embrace the spectacle. Let the fans enjoy the show, because in the end, that's what it's all about.